Let's consider 6.6, question 27, where we are taking a look at Treasury bills. In this case, we have the selling price, and of course we have our face value. What we're trying to determine is the bond equivalent yield. So before we do that, we want to figure out our discount rate, and then we can continue figuring out our bond equivalent yield. So let's take a look at our equation, or one of our equations that will help us with this process. So discount yield is equal to 1 minus price over face value times 360 divided by days of maturity. So question is, what is our price? Well, our current selling price is about $9,841 and some change. Face value is that future value, or when the bond matures, hopefully it's going to be $10,000. Okay, and now days of maturity, so we're dividing days of maturity, or 360 divided by the days of maturity. We need to take a look at our chart for that and be familiar with the date. So in this case, August 30th is what we're looking for. Okay, so 181 days to maturity. So all we really need is that number. So we'll leave that here. Okay, and this is my attempt to show math in Excel. So it's something like along the lines of this. Okay, so we're going to be just make it a little bit, basically dividing those two numbers. Don't forget about the 1 minus. Okay, so when we plug that in, it's going to be 1 minus that price divided by our face value, and we're multiplying that still by 360 divided by our days to maturity. So when we actually multiply that, and again I'll try and make it look like we're doing math, we get our discount yield. So in this case, we're looking for a percentage, and we want it to do 2 decimal spaces. So let's plug that in. Okay. So next step is figuring out the bond yield equivalent. And again, we're still looking at August 30th, which is good because we can use this number when we look at our second equation. So step 2, our next equation that will give us our bond yield equivalent, or bond equivalent yield, pardon me. Very similar to APR that we calculated previously. Okay, so in this case, we're simply going to use 365. Okay. Multiplied by our discount yield. So the discount yield is the value we just figured out. Okay, and then we're going to divide that all by 360 minus the days of maturity. So we can use that 181 again, multiplied by the discount yield. Okay. So that looks like our bond equivalent yield, and again, in this case, they want it percent. Percent 3.25. Let's go ahead and punch that in. Wonderful. All right. Happy financing. Thanks for watching.